Pauline Swift for Our World on Southern News. I'm here with Rob MacKay from QEDC. Hello, welcome to our show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I was reading up on you, and you're a teacher.
I was for 4 years.
Okay.
I taught English to immigrants in Queens at the New York Language Center. They had branches in Woodside, Jackson Heights, and Corona. And I absolutely loved it when I began. And after 4 years, I was very burned out. So I had to switch careers.
Yeah. Now you're working here at the QEDC.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly what do you do?
So my title is Director of Public Relations, Marketing, and Tourism. What that kind of means is I do whatever the boss tells me to do. But a lot of what I do is promoting the programs that we offer, making sure that people in the community know what we offer, making sure that the community knows about us, making sure that we know about anything that's going on in the community. I do a lot of press releases, a lot of social media stuff. I go to conferences. And probably 50 to 60% of my time is dedicated to the Queens Tourism Council, which is a subdivision of the Queens Economic Development Corporation. When I first came on board about 6 years ago, my boss tasked me with it, and now we have about 50 members. Probably 25 of them are hotels, and 25 of them are culturals, theaters, museums, the Mets, Resorts World, and we basically sort of hustle up the borough. We promote the borough to.
So would you say like you are a reporter? Or what exactly?
So it's. I mean, it's kind of a common. I was an editor of a newspaper, that a weekly newspaper in Queens, and I'm sort of on the other side of it. Where I used to be reporting stuff, now I'm feeding articles to media outlets and trying to make sure that you know, first our agency's programs get out into the ether, and second of all that Queens gets everything that we do in Queens gets promoted.
Yeah, because I just recently, like maybe in the last year and a half, heard about you all.
Mm-hmm.
And now, how
can I ask you how you heard about us?
I heard about you from a friend that told me.
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
Okay.
Yes. And the word was good.
Okay.
So.
Good word of mouth.
Yeah, very good word of mouth. But for the average person, how do they find out about you all? The organization?
I would say it's it's word of mouth, but right now, let's be honest, the internet is where it's all at. Okay. We do everything, all the channels. We have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Instagram, and we're certainly doing that. But we're also out. We have all the contacts with the different sort of players in Queens, whether it's the people at the public library or the people who run private sector jobs. We're out there. We're out there.
I see you love your job. What's a good day like for you?
Well, one of the good things. I mean, the base is that I love Queens. I've lived here for 20-something years. I'm raising children here, and I love the borough. So because I love my product, promoting it is easy. I'm involved with a lot of events. For example, we're just finishing what is our restaurant week, although we call it Dining Queens. I can work on the promotion of that. I write articles for other newspapers and for ourselves. I go to conferences. I go to a lot of travel conferences to make sure that travel agents know about Queens and how we're a viable thing for people coming to New York City. I take people on tours. I take European travel writers on tours and food writers on tours. So it's all just sort of any way that we can promote the borough. We do it, and like I said, when I was growing up, we had about 20 hotels in Queens. Now we have more than 100. So we cracked 3 digits. So a lot of that is Chinese travelers. So I'll spend time trying to get Chinese travelers from halfway around the world come stay in our hotels, but I'll also try and get people who live in Queens stay in Queens to go to local restaurants and go to local museums and local theaters. So my job involves everything from people halfway around the world to people just up the block. And it's a very, Queens, as you know, it's the most diverse county in the world right now. So everything that we offer here is diverse. And so it's, every day is kind of similar, but because Queens is so much different, I can be promoting different things.
What's your feeling and your take on what's happening in South Jamaica, Queens right now with the new hotels that's going to be put up? As you know, but maybe others don't, there are hotels coming to Jamaica area. There already are a couple, but there are more on the way. It seems to me like they're going for a market for people that it's a little bit cheaper than Long Island City. Manhattan hotels are a certain price. Usually Long Island City hotels are a little bit cheaper, and I think they're going for just a little bit cheaper to see how much interest there is at that level. I think that if you listen to New York City and Company, our tourism agency, it's a private public partnership, they'll tell you that we're getting 63 million people, 65 million people to New York every year. Tourists have to stay somewhere. So I think obviously there are people in the hotel industry who are looking at Jamaica and saying, this is a viable place to invest our money. Obviously, the idea is that they do well, that they provide jobs in the neighborhood, that they get involved in the neighborhood, that they have things like restaurants that inside the hotels that people will go to, et cetera, et cetera. To be 100% honest, my one worry is that they don't do well. If they don't do well, then what happens? Do they become a homeless shelter? Do they get refurbished or whatever? But all the signs indicate that tourism is booming to New York City right now, and that Jamaica, which is now safer than it's ever been, it's a lot more vibrant than it's ever been, at least in my lifetime. That the hotels are going to do well. Okay, what would you like to accomplish working here at the QEDC for the next 5 years? What would you like to see happen?
Well, obviously. I would like everyone who lives in Queens to know about the Queens Economic Development Corporation and what we offer, which I would say we offer a lot of programs for people who want to start businesses. If you want to start a business, come to us. We will help you with your paperwork. We'll provide you all kinds of guidance on where to get money. We don't give money, but we can tell you where to get money, tell you all about marketing, labor laws, et cetera, what it takes to start and operate a business in New York City. We have the Food and Business Incubator in Long Island City. If you can imagine a huge kitchen with stoves this big, or that where you can cook, or you can bake 1,500 cookies at the same time. 4 teams can work at the same time. We have that. I'd like everyone who's in the food business or looking to get into the food business to know about that. Mm-hmm. And people like Whole Foods and all that who are on the buying side, I'd like them to know about our products that we make in there. Obviously, in the case of tourism, I'd like more people who come to New York to stay in Queens. Or people that come to New York and with the intention to see Manhattan, that they take a day of their trip to go to Queens, and I'd like to see in general our economy in Queens be strong. It is very strong right now, but I'd always like to see it get stronger. More business means more jobs. It means more people. More businesses making money and then using that money to reinvest it into the area. And so basically I would just like to see, Queens be as cool as Manhattan. We're heading that way. We've already stolen Brooklyn's mojo. We're well on our way to getting the respect that we deserve.
Yes. Also, I wanted to ask you, are the services that you have here, are they free or what's...
Almost all of them are free. Some of them are on a fee basis, but they're all affordable. The entrepreneur space, where our big kitchen, it's called the entrepreneur space. You rent that out on a turn basis. There's an 8-hour, and obviously the graveyard shift costs less than the others. But again, if you are a food business and you start using our entrepreneur space, we do provide counseling for free, and we can help you with the paperwork of setting up your businesses, marketing and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, just about everything we do is free. To be a member of the Queens Tourism Council, there's a membership fee, but it's very reasonable.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now the cooking facility, that's for the general public if they want to.
Yeah, we have people who are baking. We have a lot of bakers. We have some people who are baking gluten-free products. We had a guy who was making a Greek sauce, the kind of a sauce you put on bread. We have people who are making food for airlines. We have jams and stuff like that. There's a guy who makes designer marshmallows.
And where's this located exactly?
Long Island City.
Long Island City. Yeah. My goodness. I really did not know it was there.
It's been around for 7 years, and people in the food business, know about us. And like anything in life, we probably have 150 businesses that use the service over a year. And some of them, people start businesses and they fail. Some of them start businesses and they do well. We had a guy, She-Wolf, who was a baker, a bread baker. He's gotten so big that he's out of the incubator. He's got his own place. And so we have success stories, we have failures, we have a lot of sort of middling things. It's just like anything else in life.
Rob, can you tell me how people can get a hold of you? Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff.
Sure. The business side of Queens Economic Development Corporation, everything is at the website queensny.org. So www.queensny.org. Now, the tourism and promotion of the borough website is it'sinqueens.com, it'sinqueens.com, but also just remember that It's in Queens, everything we do is through that. So our Facebook is facebook.com/it'sinqueens, instagram.com/it'sinqueens. The Twitter is #it'sinqueens, and everything is there via It's in Queens. We also sell T-shirts that say It's in Queens on it.
Oh,
so I think through www.queensny.org and It's in Queens, those two brands, you should be able to find out about everything that we do.
Okay, thank you very much, Rob.
Thank you.
Thank you. Pauline Swift for Our World on Something. Thank you.